Bob, I want to not only congratulate you on all the things, all your years of teaching, but also all the things that you've contributed, all the things that you've taught me, which I've been able to pass on, which has kept not only Pasadena officers alive, but also my son and daughter. And especially I want to thank you for all these years of being my friend. Thank you, Sensei.
Koga, I want to thank you for teaching my brother Charles all the moves that he practiced on us before he went to class. Thanks again, okay? Congratulations and good luck for the rest of the years.
Mr. Koga, I just want to thank you again also for all of the teachings and the mentoring that you have blessed upon my Uncle Charles. And I'm sure my brothers would appreciate also saying thank you because they were also the victim of his many takedowns growing up as a child. So congratulations, and we wish you well in many years to come.
Hey, Bob. Koga, this is Phil Sasher. I'm sure you remember me a long time ago. Well, I used to have the fro, but, you know, I had to fit in with the crowd, and people didn't recognize who I was, and probably now nobody recognized me in here. So, sorry I couldn't find a wig to put on, but I wish I could have remembered or known, or somebody told me ahead of time that this was going to happen. See, I still have my shirt. This is 30-some years old. I can still fit into it, still got the body for it. And check out the shirt. See that? I still got my shirt saying that I'm still part of your group. I hope I'm still allowed to come in and say hi.
Hi, Bob. I hope you enjoyed today as much as we've enjoyed doing this for you. It's been a very special year in the making. We've been able to meet a lot of your friends and family and get them all here to celebrate the life that you've given all of us and the life that you've led. As you know, it's always been special because you trained my father in academy, you train me now, and now I'm teaching academy, and I hope I can impart on the cadets and the recruits some of the knowledge you've imparted on me. I just want to say thank you for everything you've done for me and for all of us in the law enforcement community, and thanks again for allowing me the opportunity to be here and to be part of your life.
Koga Sensei, Larry Hinnick, El Dorado County. Congratulations on this, the most auspicious night in your career, hopefully. We now can pay it forward to you. We learned from you over the years, some 35 years for myself and my friends. We now have some testament to give you.
Congratulations, Bob. Don Black, Aurora, Colorado. I want to thank you for changing my life and my career and for saving a lot of my students' lives.
Koga Sensei, Don Vieira from Stockton. You obviously know my family and I, and we're very appreciative and humbled to be a part of this event for you.
Thank you.
Hello, Sensei. Yeah, John Austin from BART PD. I wanted to congratulate you on your 44 years of training, and I want to thank you for being a mentor to me. And in so many ways, your system has helped me over the last 24 years, either by teaching others to be safe out on the streets or keeping me safe from severely injuring someone who didn't need to be. So I truly appreciate you, and I truly appreciate your system. Take care.
Hi, Bob. Congratulations. Thank you for all the many years of keeping me safe and keeping everybody else safe. We truly, truly appreciate it. You're not just a good friend or a mentor, you're like a father to me. You know John from Vegas.
Hi, Bob. Thank you very much for the many years of training and guidance you provided us.
Again, Bob, thank you very much, and I hope everything goes well for you, and I hope you're surprised, and I hope this thing turns out fine. I'm Bob Mendiola from San Jose PD, and John from
Las Vegas Metro.
Las Vegas Metro.
evening, everyone. My name is Dave Maggard. I'm the Chief of Police in the City of Irvine, and very honored to serve tonight as your Master of Ceremonies. It is a privilege to welcome you to this special tribute to a man who has made such an incredible contribution to law enforcement, Sensei Robert Koga. So to all of you, Robert's family, friends, students, and colleagues, thank you for being here tonight. We have a fantastic evening planned for you. And what a way to begin our program with the taiko drums. Fantastic musical rendition. This was a wonderful and very special group led by Sensei Mr. Seiichi Tanaka. Mr. Tanaka actually brought taiko drums to the United States in San Francisco back in 1968. How about giving them a big round? In a moment, retired Pasadena police officer Ruben Chaviria will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by Hermosa Beach police officer David Elliott, who will sing our national anthem. And retired LAPD officer and criminology professor James Jarrett will provide the invocation. For now, would you please join me standing for the presentation of the colors by the Los Angeles Police Department Color Guard.
Honor Guard up and who? Or on. Right there. Oh!
If you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, probably need a microphone here.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and the bright stars through the perilous fight, for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
I'd like to now introduce an outstanding colleague and law enforcement leader who has done so very, very much for the community that we are seated in here today. Someone who has been significant to not only this department, but to this entire community. Our host chief tonight, Chief Tony Bass of the Long Beach Police Department. Tony?
Welcome to the city of Long Beach. We're very proud to have you here to come to celebrate a man that has impacted law enforcement throughout the nation, not just law enforcement, but military and so many others. You see by the numbers how well received he is and how proud we all are of him. I have to go to another event tonight, and please excuse me for that. If it wasn't for the fact that I have a 7-year-old godson that says, Uncle Tony, you promised, that I have to make sure that I follow through with a promise before he goes to sleep here at 9 o'clock and make it to an event that he's having for a birthday. I'd be here the entire time. However, I'd like to take the chance or the opportunity to recognize Mr. Koga. And I have to tell you, having so many LAPD people in the city of Long Beach, I think I have half the command staff of LAPD lives in the city. My roots go back to LAPD as a police explorer for many years out of the Wilshire Division. I do know that I have Jim McDonald, who's in the city, who was just to my right there for a second, and I have Earl Paysinger, that's here in my city, and many others, part of the command staff. The thing that I remember most about Koga as I kind of grew up, and that why that name has such a impact on me, I started sweating when I hear the name Koga. I don't know if you had the same visceral or Pavlovian response, but my stomach curls up in knots and I start sweating. Because I always reflect back on the fact that when I first heard of the name Koga, I was on a mat flat on my back looking up. And I didn't understand what just happened to me, but every time the guy flipped me and slammed me to the mat, he said, that's Koga. And so, today, my wrists automatically started hurting, my back started hurting, and my ribs started hurting because of this gentleman. Mr. Koga has made such an impact on my organization. We have been with this system for many years. It's been with the system at least 28 years that I've been here and more. We are disciplined, focused, and geared towards the Koga product, and we'll stay with the Koga product as long as I'm here. Not only to defend us in court, but to make sure that we are well-rounded and prepared to do a professional job as we defend the streets of Long Beach. Mr. Koga, as I looked at your resume, I was amazed. I was amazed in the first point that you started with the LAPD 5 years before I was even born. In 1955. Extremely impressed. It talked about you being in part of the Marine Corps. It talked about you being a member of the Los Angeles Police Department. It talked about your experience in Roman Greco wrestling. It talked about martial arts, judo, aikido, jiu-jitsu, and many other things that I can't pronounce. I believe that is the mixed martial arts that people are so well geared towards today. You started that before you even became popular. You had those experiences. I just wanted to take a second, because I don't want to hold up your program anymore, to get an opportunity to take a picture with you. This is the first time I've had an opportunity to meet you and to greet you, and at the same time I'd like to celebrate you. So Mr. Koga, would you come up to the podium so I can present to you, on behalf of the Long Beach Police Department, a chief citation. And could you, the audience, stand with me, please, and give him a round of applause.
Chief Bass, thanks for those words, and I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of applause this evening, and Robert's going to be taking quite a few steps back up to the podium. Before we continue further with tonight's tribute, we thought it would be fitting to share with you a very brief overview of Robert's life. Robert was born on February 15, 1930, to Koga and Francis Koga, and raised in Northern California. Like many, the Kogas suffered immensely during the Great Depression. Robert began his study of martial arts at the tender age of 12 when he and his family were forcibly relocated to Topaz Mountain Internment Camp, located in the barren Utah desert. He was among 11,000 people of Japanese descent held captive during the war. In the summer, Robert would dig a hole in the ground where he sat to escape the sweltering midday desert heat. The winter brought cold temperatures and bleak living conditions as well. But it was also a place and a time where Robert discovers his competitive nature and a mindset to never accept defeat or hardship. No give up. Obviously, it was an important attribute that would serve Robert well for decades to come. After World War II, Robert moved to Chicago and shortly thereafter joined the United States Air Force. The Air Force brought much stability to Robert's life, and he quickly gained the trust and respect of his commanding officers. Robert became a jet engine mechanic and was stationed in Okada, Japan, and was then sent off to fight in the Korean War. Robert served his nation with great honor and distinction. And after he received his discharge from the military, he moved from the East Coast and settled in Southern California. Robert's mother, living in Los Angeles, introduced Robert to LAPD Lieutenant Dan Backer, who suggested to Robert that he consider a career in law enforcement. That spark led Robert to apply for a police officer position in the city of Los Angeles, and he began physical conditioning by running the obstacle course at the LAPD Academy. Robert successfully passed the written, oral, and physical exams and joined the LAPD on February 15, 1955. Robert excelled while at the Academy, especially in the area of marksmanship. It was during the Academy that Robert recognized the training inadequacies in the area of elementary takedown procedures, as well as the use of batons and arrest and control movements. Critical observations that he would certainly address in the years to come. Robert graduated from the Academy, but unlike any rookie officer before him, he was not assigned to walk a beat downtown. Instead, the LAPD had a plan for Robert. Without any practical law enforcement experience, Robert was directed to work independently as an undercover vice officer. After all, who would expect Robert, a police officer, given only 2 out of 4,000 LAPD officers were of Asian descent? After 2 years, Robert was transferred to the Patrol Division and worked downtown with his training officer, Jack Briggs. Robert was subsequently assigned to a felony car focusing on the capture of wanted criminals. Always looking for challenges, Robert was eventually transferred to the Traffic Division and then to the LAPD Academy. Robert was eventually placed in charge of physical and arrest training. Keenly aware of the training deficiencies in the Academy, Robert sought to institute change. He was responsible for modifying the baton by adding a rubber grommet. This modification made it possible for officers to carry for the first time ever their batons through a metal ring attached to the officer's duty belt. Robert also developed a 29-inch baton for crowd control purposes. And during this time, Robert developed new vehicle stop and search techniques that led to fundamental tactical changes that we're still using today. He was responsible for pioneering 4 search and arrest techniques: the cursory search, the standing modified, the kneeling search, and the prone search. Robert continued to sharpen his skills as he developed the Koga method, or as some call it, Koga Jutsu. While under the direction of Chief William Parker, Robert revolutionized humane crowd dispersal and crowd techniques used during the turbulent 60s and early 70s. On February 14, 1975, Robert married Susan. 4 years later, Robert decided to retire from the LAPD after 25 years of outstanding service. And after his retirement, Robert focused his efforts into the Koga Institute, spending up to 25 weeks a year on the road teaching classes. Robert eventually located to a ranch in Fallbrook where he could board and ride horses. Robert was inducted into the Martial Arts Hall of Fame in 1996 and was commended as the Self-Defense Instructor of the Year. Simply put, Robert Koga's contribution in the science of law enforcement and officer safety is immeasurable. What an incredible life of achievement and service. Indeed, the reason we are here to celebrate Robert Koga. Ladies and gentlemen, this tribute has been in the planning stages for over a year. Truly, truly a labor of love. And as you see around you, there have been just tremendous plans that have made it just a wonderful, beautiful event tonight. Ain't it was a secret.